You can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things, riding a bike if that's what you got to do. And just hopefully wherever you're at, when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you would like to listen to this in a still position, you can just let now be the time where you allow yourself to fidget, adjust, stretch, or move your body in whatever ways your body wants to move. As you do your best to not think about these movements at all or worry about what anything looks like, but just allowing yourself to come fully into that sense of feeling and becoming curious about how your body feels in certain positions and following any yummy sensations that you might feel when you roll out the back, shoulders, neck, all up and down the spine, maybe even the wrists or hands and fingers, just anything at all that you feel called to move. Just exploring what your instinctual movements are right now. And if what your body is calling for is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like what you need. And there's also no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move even throughout this practice anytime you have the need to. But if at any point you would like to, and if you haven't already, you can make your way to a still position. And just checking in that your spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you take a moment now to mark your arrival into your practice today, but into your body today, with a full, intentional cleansing breath. Calling in fresh, new air into the body, and almost watching yourself as you fill up with air to every corner and edge of you, getting as full as you can. And holding that for a moment once you are full to stay and experience what it feels like to be full of air. And then as you need to, slowly letting it all go. Exhaling it all out, bit by bit. And gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here to now sit and experience a sense of emptiness in the body. As you allow your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And you can continue to breathe in this slow and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. Not worrying much about the actual length of your inhales, exhales, and pauses on either side, but just letting each of the 4 parts of your breath be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So when the body would naturally stop inhaling. Just seeing if you can expand your belly maybe a little bit more, or the back of your ribs a little bit more, to take in one more sip of air. And when you would naturally roll over to your exhale, just seeing if you can hold off on that for one extra moment to stay and experience that sense of fullness in the body. And then same thing as you exhale. Even once you think you're empty, just seeing if you can empty yourself that one little bit more and stay in that emptiness for an extra moment than you might normally. As we just intentionally slow down the process of our breath. And therefore communicating to our nervous system that right now is a time to slow down and to let go. And again, there's no rush whatsoever with this breathing exercise as well. You can continue to breathe in this slow, exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. But at any point, if you haven't already, you may release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to feel like you're stepping back and up in the mind and into the role of the observer or the role of the witness. Into that perspective where you are no longer guiding or controlling the rhythm or depth of your breath, but you are watching your body as it breathes you. The same way you would watch your own heartbeat, or you would watch any other force of nature. Not trying to change anything about what you are witnessing, but simply witnessing. Remembering that you, yourself, and your body is a force of nature, just like any other force of nature out there. And so you can watch your body's gentle breath with that same energy you might feel when you lay on the beach and just watch the waves as they roll up along the shoreline, or when you stare out at a grand landscape. Just taking it all in. Taking in every aspect of what this moment presents to you and for you. As you remind yourself that your perception is entirely unique to you. And if you bring some of your attention to your ears, you can just start to feel the shape of your own ears, the unique shape of your ears. And remembering how your ears take in sound in a unique way to you. And how your awareness and your attention also impacts what sounds you hear. And just paying attention to all the different layers of sounds that you can tap into all around you. And maybe seeing what you can hear that's furthest away from your body. And then listening closely to the sounds that are closest to your body. And all of those layers of sounds in between. And even if there are sounds present in your environment that you might first label as distracting or annoying, you can just allow each and every sound that you hear to be another reminder, another anchor to this present moment. Because the sounds we are currently hearing will only ever exist in this exact moment. And every single sound that you are hearing is a reminder of the present moment. And so the next sound that you hear outside of the body, you can just follow it as it travels into both ears and through the eardrums and the ear canals, traveling through the inner ears as your awareness meets at the space between the inner ears, at the very center of the skull. As you now allow your gaze to be entirely soft, whether the eyes are closed or they are open, just letting them sort of glaze over so that you can take in all that is in your sight. Remembering how your eyes see the world, your outer world and your inner world, in an entirely unique way as well. Noticing any aromas in the air with each gentle breath your body takes. Any taste in the mouth. And feeling the temperature of the air on your skin or the texture of your clothes. As you just remind yourself that all of these things, every single one of your senses, everything that you perceive about the world outside of you and the world inside of you, again, will only ever exist in this present moment and can be another great and powerful anchor. And if you imagine an anchor in the ocean, it is firm and sturdy and rooted into the ground of the ocean floor. while at the same time, the buoy or the boat, whatever is attached to the anchor, still has freedom to move, to sway from side to side within that boundary, that safety that the anchor provides. And we can look at our own bodies, our physical bones, muscles, joints, organs, skin, everything in between, as our own anchors to this world. While our spirit can sway and explore and maybe drift off slightly to other places, our bodies will always anchor us here on this earth. And the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat is that steady, constant reminder. The steady background beat to every single moment of your existence. This heart has been pumping life and love into you, into every inch of your body, from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. And this heart is your own personal and direct line of connection to whatever source or force is out there that allows all of our hearts to beat. And so you never need anyone else to facilitate that connection. You will never be able to do anything that will strip you of this connection. But this will always be here. You are innately connected to the source that created all of energy, simply because you are energy. And just like the moon, we will wax and wane with our feeling of that connection and with how bright we are presenting to the outside world. There will be times where we feel fully illuminated by the spirit and like we are bright and whole, full, and like we can shine light for others in the darkness. And then we will have other phases where we feel more like a new moon and like we're in the shadows, not reflecting any light whatsoever, but still there. And then there are all of those phases in between the two extremes. And we intuitively know that the moon is not meant to be full and bright and whole and shining all of the time. Just like we intuitively know that flowers will not be in full bloom all of the time. And so we do not need to put that expectation on ourselves to be full and bright and blooming all of the time. Because that is not what life is about. And oftentimes the heaviest layer of our own suffering is a layer that we put on ourselves, or a very heavy layer of our suffering is one we put on ourselves. And it is the one that is the resistance to what's happening. The resistance we have to the present moment, to our current circumstances, to how we are feeling. Those moments when we are just feeling so low and so maybe sick and sad and just bad, those darker times of life. When in those times, if we are kind of hard on ourselves or beating ourselves up for not feeling good, with all of those should thoughts, well, I should be grateful, I should be feeling better, I should be healthy, I should be happy, I should be anything other than what I am. And so if we can catch ourselves in those moments when we are expecting or telling ourselves we should be feeling something or anything other than what we are feeling, it can be a great and powerful opportunity for us to take a step back and instead exhale into whatever it is you are feeling. Let out whatever it is you're feeling. In whatever way it's being called to be let out. Maybe through tears, or through screaming, or through laughing, through dancing, punching a pillow, going for a run, laying in the grass, just whatever it is that your body is yearning for. Allowing yourself those releases whenever they arise. Because what our history teaches us is that when we deal with hard things, we are never crushed, we never drown, we never float away, but we are always held exactly where we need to be, and we always make it to the other side and lighten our load to some extent. And you can just remember that every single storm will run out of rain. No matter how long the storm lasts, it will run out of rain. Because the only thing we can count on in this life is that absolutely every single thing changes. Change is the only constant we can count on. And so right now, you can just let yourself exhale fully and deeply into all of the changes you're currently going through, into all the changes you've already went through, and welcome all of the future changes to come. And allow yourself to be human, to be a part of this world, a part of nature, a part of the natural cycles and phases of life, the growth and expansion, along with the death and decay. And find the beauty in all of it. Because we would not know true joy and love and connection if we did not also know true sorrow and disconnection and pain and suffering. Life is not about escaping suffering, but life is about experiencing it. Experiencing what you are here to experience, to share and inspire with whatever it is that you are meant to share and inspire with. You have a unique perception, and you have unique gifts to offer this world. And your existence here, right now, in this world, is the proof of that. And so just be so kind and patient and gentle with yourself as you move through all of the phases of change currently and all the ones to come. And then just allow yourself to ride the waves with as little resistance as possible. And if you see a big wave coming that scares you, that maybe you really don't want to ride out, you do have the option to dive under the wave before it reaches you. Or you have the option to turn in the direction of the wave and let it take you. But if you try to block the wave and stand strong and try to stop the wave from crashing, it will crash directly in your face and flip you over backwards, and you'll probably hit your head on the floor and get tossed around a bunch. And so the changes, the waves of change in our life are very similar to the waves in the ocean. We can dive under them, we can ride them out, but we can never stop them from crashing. And trying to stop them from crashing does cause more pain and suffering in the end. And so you can just take a moment now to just allow each and every word that you've heard today and each and every feeling that you've felt today to settle within you. Almost as if your body is this big snow globe, and all the words and feelings are just little specks of glitter in this big snow globe. And now is the time where we set you down, let the glitter settle, and let the air clear. And just trust that anything at all that you heard today that really resonated with you, just trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so you can just allow these deep truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition and to trust your own instincts. And just trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be, and you are already on your way to exactly where you want to be. And so if it feels like something you would like to do today, you can let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you just feel this contact of your palms and fingertips to one another. And allow your thumbs to press toward your heart as your heart lifts back toward your thumbs. As you tune in once again to this unique rhythm that is your own beating heart. The steady background beat to your entire life. And calling in one final deep and full breath into the body, watching as you fill up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all that you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.